If you like the video or any other content on the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Corners here. Mike starts here. I start in this corner. We're going to do vital grounds. So the objectives in the no man's land, these three here, they are worth 5. The ones here are worth 2. So if you own it, your home field objective, you get 2. The enemy objective, you get 6. I think it's for a max of 15. And then we are going to use the secret intel, so you can draw pretty much 3 secondaries a turn. I think you draw 2. If you don't like it, you can discard 1 for free and pick up another one. And that is the mission and map today. So, let's see how we do. This is my new improved RTT list. I have 2 units of Witchseekers, a unit of Prosecutors, a Custodes Assassin, 2 units of 2 Terminators, and then I have 3 units of 5 Wardens. They are being led by a Shield Captain with the Ceaseless Hunter, Trajan Valoris, and a Blade Champion with the Inspirational Exemplar. And I have Kyria Draxus leading 5 Custodian Guard with spears. One of them has the shield and the Vexilla. The Wardens all have spears and the Vexilla. Same as the Terminators all have spears. So, on to the game. Let's see how they do against the Necrons today.
Today we are playing the Necrons once again. I do promise I have other things I can play, but for today this is it. This is my RTT list once I got it finalized. So we are running Canoptek Court. First up, we are running 3 of the Stalkers of Doom. Big fan of them in this. We are running 2 Locust Heavy. They're just going to kind of be hanging out, holding objectives, doing objective-y stuff, pot-shotting. They are 2 groups of singletons. We have 2 Kitans today. We have the Transcendent and we have the Nightbringer. 2 groups of Wraiths with Technical Mancers with them. These ones have Infiltrate, so they are wandering over there at that objective, and those guys have the reroll 1s to wound. We also have a group of Lich Guard with an Overlord with them. He is running the big choppy scythe, and we have Imatek hanging out here, CP battering. I don't know if I like him yet, but we'll figure it out.
Four-hour deployment. The Custodes. Prosecutors back here just so I can investigate signals or move on to this objective. Draxus and her guard are behind this wall on the objective. I have my Blade Champion and the Wardens ready to run into this objective and hopefully claim that. My assassins, I don't really have to worry about Mike shooting me too much or charging me and getting my assassin. She should be safe. So I put her back over here so in case I need to investigate the signals, grab that or something. The Shield Captain is Ward is behind this terrain, just ready to run out and try to grab the middle. Witchseekers are there, ready to scout. And then I have Trajan Valoris, two unit Terminator squads in reserve. Then we have Mike's Necron. Doomstalkers are back here. Most of his firepowers, all his hybrid firepowers behind here. His race and his melee units are all ready to storm ahead onto this objective, probably in the middle. These race with the Technomancer are already on this objective. So Mike's in a strong position for turn 1 to get some board control, and even turn 1 for me, I'm not really going to need charges or anything like that. So we're going to go to first turn roll and see what happens. And this is our roll board. We're going to have a new one here soon. So here we go. Whoop. A 4 and a 4. A battle of wills. Yep. 4 and a 1. Custodes go first. My scout moves, I just moved all my Witch Seekers, so this one towards this objective, and these ones towards the middle objective. So that's my scouts. We're going to go on to my first turn draw. Alrighty, so what do I draw? So we get to draw 3, I do believe, and just toss one that you don't like. If we play it wrong, sorry, this first time I actually played Secret Intel. Storm hostile objective. You can't get turn 1, so we'll throw that to here. We'll put her back in. I think you got to redraw. Capturing the outpost, I can get that, and engage. Well, we can't get capture for sure, so we're going to toss that. We'll just redraw that, put that back in the deck. So I'm going to keep engage and extend battle lines. Ooh, okay. So on to my turn 1, I go up to 1 CP, and NecronMike is up to 1 CP as well. It's a real quick turn for the Custodes. So I advanced the Shield Captain. He got a 6 on his advance, so he advanced up here. I could get him on the objective, but he'd be a little more closer to Mike's melee units. I don't want that quite yet. So the Shield Captain's there. The Witch Seekers are just on this objective. Blade Champion, he only got a 2 on his advance, even the reroll. I wanted to get him onto this objective, but he wasn't able to, so I just moved him up here behind this cover. Drax has got her ability. Finally, usually I melt her brains, but she got her ability so she can't be shot. Her unit can't be shot unless they're within 18 inches. And she just kind of moved up there as well. And that is my movement. The Assassin moved back here. Nothing else to do. I do get 5 points for extend, and I'm going to discard engage on all fronts. Bring me up to 2 CP. We're going to go on to the Necron turn 1. So let's see what Mike draws. Yeah. Ooh. Secure.
Okay.
Cleanse.
Okay.
Deploy. Those are all pretty good.
Yeah, they're all definitely doable turn 1.
So he's going to toss, deploy, and keep secure no man's land and cleanse. So the score is 5-0. Going on to Mike's turn 1 movement, and the command points are, I believe you're at 3, and I'm at 3 as well. Army, just shuffle it up some, try to get some ranges for turn 2, so if I'll be along these objectives, he'll shoot me a lot more. The race moved up, so he could try to get secure no man's land and, what was the other one? Cleanse. Then I popped my Ceaseless Hunter just to grab the objective. That's what you use. It's good for that, or it's good for getting away from charges. So, I can only use that once per game, so that is gone. Advance his Titanic Baton, so he was able to teleport it. He got in within 9 inches of all my stuff. The Nightbringer moved up here. Shooting phase, he just shot into these wardens, didn't do anything. Killed my assassin with his Transcendent Baton, made me sad boy. And then he did get 5 points on the secondary, so he gets 3 for cleanse, and then 2 for secure no man's land. This move here, the Ceaseless Hunter, did come in handy, but he did have to get on here anyways to try to get the center, so really there's no way to stop me from rocking that, really. And that is pretty much Mike's turn. The score is 5-5, going on to Custodes' turn 2. turn to draw. So, a fresh draw, deploy teleport homers. I don't think he left a lot of room in there for me. And we have storm hostile objective. Once again, gonna be a hard one to get. And investigate signals. We're going to keep deploy, toss investigate, and storm hostile objective and deploy. I don't know if we'll be able to get any of those, but let's see what happens. So I go up to 4 CP, and I do believe Mike is up to 4 CP as well. Turn 2 points, going into my movement phase, are 17 to 5. I do get 5 for this one, 5 for this one, and 2 for my home field. So we're going to go on to the movement and see what happens. For the Custodes movement, I move my Blade Champion down here to try to get some shots and then charge this Transcendent Catan. Move to carry a Draxus out so I can still snag onto the objective so I can reroll wounds and fire into these wraiths. I almost moved these fellas. I remember the last game I had with Mike, he can actually use move at the stratagem. He can move these Canoptek wraiths if I move with it nigh. So I want to kind of move and wrap them up better. But I gotta stay, and I actually want to move the Witch Seekers and flame them up, see if I can battle shock them. Nope, gotta stay here, so that's not the best. I still should be able to charge, but I might not be good on my guys on them. Trajan stayed in Deep Strike. I did bring 2 Terminators down here to try to put a little extra pressure on this Catan, get some more, clink some more wounds off with their shooting, and hopefully make a 9-inch charge. I got 4 CP, so I have enough so I can kind of play around it. And that is my movement, so I'm going to go on to my shooting now. Mostly I'm just going to shoot the Transcendent Catan and these wraiths. So we'll just do that off camera, and we'll show you the charges in the melee, because that's where the Custodes really shine. For my shooting phase, pretty what I expected. I shot into the wraiths, only did 2 damage. He did use his stratagem, so I can't shoot a Canoptek unit unless it is within 12. So Kyria Draxus was not able to shoot them. I put the indirect fire into the Lich Guard, killed 1 Lich Guard, and then I shot the Terminators and the Wardens into the Transcendent Catan. Clinked off 2 wounds, which isn't too bad. And then we're going to do some charges. Wardens into the wraiths. I'll just roll here. A double 1. They do make it, but the double 1, not what I wanted. No, we're going to re-roll that. So we're going to use this free thing for re-roll. Yeah, we're going to do it. Makes in with an 8. The Blade Champion into the Transcendent. Actually, yeah, I'm going to put the Terminators in. The Terminators. Yeah.
Little roll.
6. Ooh, so I will have to use a CP for this one, since I was able to use the free one there, even though it's been used, blah, blah, blah. And here,
little roll.
A 7. Doesn't make it. Not bad. We'll put the Blade Champion into him. He makes it with a 9. So,
of course, there's a 9.
That's my charges. Yeah, there's my 9. There's my charges. We'll see what happens in the melee. Slayer of Nightmare, so +1 to wound. And I'm going to take sustained hits, just to see if I can get some extra chances with the Blade Champion to try to get some devastating wounds. So, here's just the attacks from the Wardens here. There's 25 attacks. So we are going to be looking for 2s. 6s are sustained. Okay.
That's a lot of 6s.
So with all those 6s, I ended up getting 6 more hits. So that's 31 hits. So now we're going to be looking for 4s. No rerolls though, because these are Wardens and not Guard. Yeah. Alrighty, so I did end up getting 17 wounds, and then 2 devastating wounds with the, or just one deadly wound through with the Blade Champion. So we got Mike's here, see if we can make some of these saves, see if we can keep this Catan alive, or if he burns and fire.
I presume going against my Inbone.
Yes, AP2. There.
4, 5, so he takes 6.
Okay, it's not bad. He's not dead, but takes 6 wounds, so he's down to 4 wounds left, so he's not dead. He will get hit back, but I think we'll be good. So we're going to go on to the Wardens here. And I'm going to use Lethal and Sustained with the Shield Captain there, so you can use both katas. The Shield Captain, I'm going to roll him all together since they all have the same Guardian Spear, so it's going to be 32 attacks. So the Shield Captain has 7, and 6s are lethal, and 6s are sustained. Alright, so this is the amount of lethals I got through, but I did roll like 8-1, so all my hits kind of went through. My misses turned to hits, and let's see, I need 3s to wound. Can't re-roll any 1s or anything. And we'll come back with Mike's saves here. We end up getting 23 wounds through, so we got 23 at 4-ups and then 5-ups.
Not great.
Not great. Feel no pains with those saves. Mike did lose most of his race, but he still has 1 left, so he will be able to combat res that, or use his res protocols and at least get another race back, keep him on in the combat. The Catan, like, I didn't kill him, and he was able to kill one of my wardens. So luckily, I didn't want to use the 4 Feel No Pain or a -1 damage because Mike has so much firepower coming my way. I didn't want to pop those, so I had to take the chance. And luckily, I made a lot of the saves. But that is my turn. I do get 3 points for deployed teleport homers. I'm going to toss Storm Hostile Objective. It's going to bring me up to 20-5 for the Custodes. So I am up to 3 CP for tossing that. Let's see what happens with the Crons.
Whatever.
Defend Stronghold. That's an easy one. Extend Battle Lines. You already have it done. And Assassination. Well,
probably those two.
Yeah. Alright, so he's going to toss Assassination. Makes sense. And Defend Strong. He already has them done. And I can't get in there. And he's already on that. So yeah, those are some good points for him. So the res protocols. Katana's back up to 6. He did bring a Wraith back up to 3. And his Lich Guard is back alive. So, most of the damage I did do last turn, it was undone. But we'll see what happens in the shooting and see if I can weather the storm of Plasma and Gauss and all the stuff flying my way. He does get 2 points for this one and 5 points for this. So it's going to bring him up to 12-20. The movement phase, Transcendent Catan fell back, so Mike could shoot me up with a bunch of his Canoptek Doomstalkers. He moved his Wraiths back, fell back, kind of moved them behind the wall so you can keep on resin them. They'll probably be back later. The Lich Guard moved on to this objective. These Wraiths moved down forward a little bit, and I did rapid ingress at the end of Mike's movement turn. Trajan and his friends, so Trajan's down there, and the Nightbringer advanced up the table, so he's going to get down here to try to steal this objective. We're going to go into the shooting phase, see what happens. Doomstalkers are all, just the 2 of them, are going to fire into my poor Wardens. I did pop the -1 damage and the 4-up Feel No Pain, because I don't want to get shot to death. Alright.
So, D6 plus 2 because of Blast.
Ooh, so big 8.
8 hits, or 8 shots. Looking for 3s.
Reroll since you're in your Canoptek thingy.
Absolutely. So 3s because they're the stronger strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad.
Alright, so you are looking at 5 at -3.
Yep. I fail. So I have to do them. I failed 4, and I'd -1 damage them. So I can do them 2 at a time. So I got 3 wounds. 4 Feel No Pains. Yep. I take 2. Yep. And then another one. Yep. Kill the Warden.
Yep.
Yeah. Rinse and repeat.
Yep. D6 plus 1. Oh, reroll that. It is what it is.
This is what it is.
Alright. Nothing. Could have gone a lot better.
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
My Wardens that lived, so that is the Doomstalkers done their shooty shoots.
Locust Heavy is going to shoot
Oh,
as well.
Locust Heavy is going to shoot as well. Alright.
He did have to move, so he does not get heavy. So 1 attack, looking for 3. Okay, he hits, and looking for 3s as well. Alright, -4.
-4, yeah! Saves it with the 6. The shooting phase, pretty ineffectual. The Wardens are so tanky. I was able, and a second roll with his Doomstalker. If he had got up pretty good on his Doomstalker and I failed some of the saves, he could have done a lot more. No shoots on them, so I do believe he's just going to charge now. Charge my dirty Witch Seekers through the wall. You make it with a big 9, so you actually have to make sure you base with all of them that you can. So you're actually going to smash some of them through the wall.
Yep.
Alrighty. So we'll come back with that. I think my girls are probably gone, so we'll come back with a recap of the turn and see what happens. For the melee, he did pick up my poor sisters, so they are gone. We'll see how that works out. I do lose a little OC on there. I still have 15 on there, so I'm still controlling that for now. But Mike does get extend battle lines, and he's going to get defend. There's not any way you can stop him from getting that. So we are up to 20-20, going into turn 3 for the Custodes. Alrighty, so let's see if my draw is a little better this time. We have no prisoners, kill things, that's always good for Custodes. Assassination. Well, I see a Technomancer that needs to get assassinated. And overwhelming force. Kill things on objectives. So we'll do that. We're going to throw overwhelming force and keep no prisoners and assassination. 2 for this one, 5 for this, and 5 for this one, bringing me up to 32 points at 220, going on to my movement. I go up to 2 CP, and Mike is at like 5 again or something like that?
Yeah.
Alright, just churning them CP up he is. Alright, so I'm going to go on to my movement. This is my movement. I brought these Terminators down, and these Terminators are over here, just to try to put as much pressure into killing this Catan before the next one makes it into the combat down here. So see if we can kill this Catan, and then see if we can repeat the other one. Shield Captain moved up here just to try to get some shots on this race. I do have Assassination. I might charge him. Depends on how well this group does against these Lich Guard here. And then we have Trajan. He moved ahead. Mike did use the Canoptek ability so he can move just away, just to make my charges. Instead of like a 2-3 inch charge, I do need a 6 now. And he did overwatch with one of his Doomstalkers into the Shield Captain squad. And I did lose a Warden. I did have to use a CP to reroll, so I'm down to 1. So I will have to do a little bit of shenanigans to get some CP, and we'll see what happens. So, on to turn 3 shooting. For my shooting, I just did it off camera. It wasn't too many shots. I did do the shots into these Lich Guard. He killed them, so I couldn't do the double shooting, the double tap of the guard to hit him again. So I did use the double tap to shoot the Heavy Locust Destroyer. Shot the indirect into the Lich Guard. I think I only killed 1 maybe. So I did bring, with all the shooting though from the original volley, I did bring them down to 1. And then I did shoot the Wardens into them, did nothing as well. Shot into the Transcendent Catan, and I do believe I did 2 wounds to him. So we're going to move on to the charge phase, I do believe. The Blade Guard into the Transcendent Catan, of course.
That's probably the most straightforward one.
Yeah, I don't think I can fail that. 11, let's put that beside him. These Terminators, we need probably 9 at least to get in there as well. Yep. They make it, well, they got to put a 9. We'll put it beside them and see what it looks like. I know these ones just came off a Deep Strike, so they do need a 9. They can't get about a 9. It's an 8. They don't make it. I don't want to CP reroll that. Draxus, maybe she'll get a Hail Mary. We're going to put them into the Lich Guard and see what she gets. Hail Mary charge. Yep. An 8. Well, I'll put it beside her and see what it looks like. She might be able to get in there. I don't know. Then we have Trajan, and this is why I saved the CP. I didn't want to reroll the Terminator charge because I need a 6 to make it in with Trajan. That's a 3. We're going to use our remaining CP. Fail! 9. that's kind of the bad news there. So all my charges kind of made it in. So we're going to see what happens. We'll do the little ones off camera. We'll show you guys the big melees. And since that charge did make it in, I did put the Wardens into the race because that's why I charged these guys first. Because if I didn't make this charge, I was going to have to put the Wardens into them. So far, we did kill the Transcendent Catan. We did this off camera here. Just only killed one Lich Guard. I did do not as good this time. I only killed all the race except for one again, so they'll be rezzing back again. So we figured we'll show you the Trajan versus the race. I'm going to pop the Moment Shackle because I don't have to worry about, I don't think, fight first for a bit. I don't think he's going to be charging me with too many things. We'll see, but I kind of want to see if I can fight this group. So Trajan first, so he's going to use his Moment Shackle, so he has his 12 attacks. Hitting on to Sustained. Yep. And we only got 1/6, so he just puts her back in. And he has Strength 10. So I'm going to need 3s to wound. Not the best trait.
It's a lot of 2s.
Not the best.
Does he reroll?
Nope. That's just 6 at AP 2, damage 3.
2 go through.
Alrighty. We'll come back after the rest of the attacks and stuff. We'll see what happens. So with the Feel No Pains, I killed a dude with Trajan with his 12 attacks. Not the best, but now we have 25 more attacks from my Wardens, and we are going to be looking for 2s and 6s for Sustain. So I had 2 1s and 8 6s there. So the Wardens were inspired, as Mike said, so now I need 3s to wound. And not bad. We'll come back with the saves. 21 saves altogether on the Invuln. After all the Feel No Pains, he did have 3 race left. He has a rate down to a wound. So Mike's going to smash back with his units and see what he can do back to my Custodes. And we'll let you know how the turn ends with the points. When Mike hit back, he was able to kill a Warden here, 2 of my Custodian Guard here, and I think he just bounced off Trajan's squad here. I don't think he killed.
I think I killed one dude, didn't I?
No. I think they bounced. You killed, he killed a Warden down.
Oh, I wounded one dude.
Yeah.
One dude's down to 1.
One dude's down to 1. And I did lose 3 of my Custodian Guard, though, down here. Ouchie. But I do get 5 points for assassination, so I was at 36. It's going to bring me to 41 to 20 for the Custodes. Moving on to turn 3 for the Necrons.
Necro T3.
Cards for turn 3 Necrons. Storm hostile objective. Take objectives on. Behind enemy lines. No prisoners. So no prisoners in Storm.
I guess, yeah.
Alright, so he's going to keep no prisoners and Storm, because behind enemy lines, I don't think he has anything that he can get 5 for this one, because of Lich Guard, because I didn't kill this unit, because I want to kill this unit and fall back onto this objective. So I do only have 2 OC on there, so he does get this 5 for that, and 2 for this. So he's going to bring up to 27 to 41 for the Custodes. For the Necron turn 3 movement. Fell back here, fell back there. All these Doomstalkers kind of stayed here so they get all their heavy. He did move this one inside the ruin so he can get line of sight and shoot me as well. The Nightbringer, he moved himself up to get some charges onto the Terminators, try and get himself some no prisoners. The Lich Guard, they just fell back onto this objective just so he can secure that one for good, coming up better. I do believe that is his movement, so now I'm just going to have a lot of shooty shoots coming my way. He has shot 2 of his Doomstalkers and his Heavy Destroyers and only managed to kill 1 Terminator, bring him down to 1. So he has the Nightbringer next, so let's look for a 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, AP2, so against your Invuln.
There you go.
Okay, yep.
I fail it.
Alright.
Do I want to CP reroll that? I think that's kind of important. I think I will. Because if I cause you have to put more stuff, is that the only thing he has left to shoot? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah! He makes a 6, so it makes him have to put more stuff into this Terminator because he wants to kill this thing, my Wardens and all this stuff up here. So if I keep on making him shoot my Terminators, it makes it a horrible, hateful game that he'll never play my Custodes again. Shooting phase, well, not the best. Like, he did kill a Warden and then did another damage to one, so he did do, sadly, two. Because at 4 field, I'm paying the -1 damage with the Shield Captain for free. It's just pretty
Imhotep killed a dude
gross.
over
Imhotep killed a dude over here, a Warden, and I do believe I did lose a Terminator, and I think that was it. But he is slowly weakening my units, and like he was saying, you slowly kind of pepper them down, and they're just not as dangerous and lethal anymore. So he's going to go on to his charging. I do believe he's going to charge, I think, just the Nightbringer.
Yep.
The Nightbringer is going to charge into my girls.
Yep.
That makes sense.
That's
So they're probably dead. He's going to sweep them with, I don't know, so many attacks. But we'll come back with the points and stuff and let you know how that went.
Wonderful.
For Mike's melee turn, so he did pick up those sisters pretty easy. And it did give him a lot of points. He did score 2 points for no prisoners and 5 points for storm hostile objectives for getting this. So it does bring him up to 34. So the points are 41 to 34 at the end of turn 3. So it's not bad. So we're going to go on to turn 4 for the Custodes. So let's see what my secondaries are for turn 4. We have Tempting Target. I'll probably keep that one. And Cleanse. Ooh, and bring it down. We'll keep Bring It Down because there's stuff it needs to kill. Cleanse. I could Cleanse, but I don't want to. I want to kill stuff. So we'll toss Cleanse and we'll keep Bring It Down and a Tempting Target. And I do get 2 points for this for 43 and then 5 for over there. So it does bring me up to 48 to 34. But he did deny me from a lot of my big primary scoring. So we're going to move on to the movement. I am up to 1 CP. And Mike is up to 3, it looks like.
Yep.
And on to my movement. Didn't move any of these because I don't want the race to move away from me. I want them to kind of stay here so I can see if I can mop them up. And same with those here. I don't want to move so Mike doesn't move his race away from me. I just want to be able to charge and see if I can wipe them out. So that is my movement. There's nothing more really to do. I'm just going to go into my shooting. Mostly just see if I can take out some of these Lich Guard and take out a few wounds off the Nightbringer. So we're going to move on to my shooting. Okay, so for my shooting phase, pretty ineffectual really. I bounced off of mostly everything. I did take out a lot of the Lich Guard though with Kyriadraxis and her shooting. That's been my best shooting unit. I did take 2 wounds off of the Nightbringer, but other than that, pretty much bounced. So I'm going to do my charges now. I am going to charge, since I advanced the Blade Champion, I'm going to do his once per game advance and charge. So we're going to put the Blade Champion into the Nightbringer. Hey up! With a 6. It does make it. We're going to re-roll that and see. Hopefully we don't make it worse. 7. We made it a little bit better with a 7. And then we will... There is some Terminators there. So this one Terminator we're going to put into the Nightbringer. He makes it with a 7. And then we'll try with these guys. It might be a little hard because they're both 7s so far. And we'll try unless they get a real big one. And 10. So we actually probably can figure out something to do with those guys. We'll see. These Custodian Guard into the Lich Guard unit with a 6. I've seen the 1. I got a little worried. Let's start mopping up some of this stuff. So let's put these Wardens into this group here.
Wardens are going to charge them.
Yeah.
They're going to reanimate.
To the 12.
And they're also going to be overwatched.
Yep. And I'll charge Trajan into that group as well.
Yep.
With another 12.
That'll make it.
Yeah, so we'll do the Overwatches and we'll come back. I'm going to use Slayer of Nightmares on this Nightbringer because I need to. I'm only going to use on the Blade Champions unit just because I do have rerolls with the Terminators, so I'm kind of hoping to forget the 5s on them, but I do need to try to get wounds with 4s on those guys. So we're going to do them first, and we'll see what happens here. I am going to pick Sustained, just because I need to try to get as much wounds through as I can, because I need to kill this thing. Because this thing is very dangerous. If I don't take it out, it can actually pick up groups of my Custodes. So we only have 3 of the Wardens, looking for 2s, and 6s are Sustained. I'll fail, take the 1s out. 4s, usually 5s, but I use +1 to wound with Slayer of Nightmares. So we're looking for, like I said, 4s here. Yeah! Get out of here.
Not the best. Looks pretty average for 4s.
8 at AP2, damage 2. Or damage 1 since you half the damage.
2 go through, and it's 1 damage.
Yep.
Take it.
Alright, so he's down to 8. Blade Champion. Ooh, misses twice. Idiot. And he does need, once again, same. So he does 2 at AP3, damage 3, so we damage 2. So take that.
1 goes through, and it's 2 damage.
Yep.
Loves it.
Terminator's next. So I did get 10 wounds with the re-rolling wounds with the 5s on the Mater. So we got 10 at AP2.
Fail 4. How much damage is?
1. 2. So we're
2 down to 1. Takes 1 damage.
Alrighty, so the Nightbringer's still alive, but he's smashed up enough that I don't really have to worry about him for the rest of the game. He'll be stuck there, and he probably won't see me. At the end of the charge in the combat phase, I did kill these wraiths here. I kind of only killed 1 wraith here, but it's kind of sad for Trey. I did pick up these Lich Guard here and the Overlord. The Nightbringer killed 2 of my Wardens, and Mike did get 6. 3 of his wounds were devastating wounds, which kind of ended up kind of working out better for me because I do get a 4-up saving its mortal wounds. So it's not just one big flat smashing damage. He did do his end of the turn mortal wounds to me, and he hit me back up there. I think he did a wound to my Wardens. So that is the end of the turn. I do get the tempting target, so he made the Nightbringer one the tempting target just to lure me in so he could chop me up real nice. Toss, bring it down so I get a CP so in case I need to fight first somewhere, because the only things are left are these vehicles. And I think I'm ahead enough in the points where I can kind of gain the CP to keep on staying on these primary to keep the game in hand. So I'm going to toss, bring it down. Gauge on all fronts. You actually have that going on right now. An overwhelming force. Kill things on objectives.
Yeah, potentially.
Yep. And bring it down. Well, bring it down.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
He's tossing it down, keeping engaged in all fronts, and overwhelming force. He's going on to Mike's movement, and the score is 53 to 36.
Alright, so Necron turn 4. Looks like he just moved his race back to try to steal that from me. So he will get that. And then the Nightbringer looks like he just stayed in combat. He rezzed up 3 wounds, so he's back to 10. And that looks like it. Okay, here. So Mike's shooting phase was pretty potent this turn. He was able to kill 2 of the Wardens, killed 2 of my Custodian Guard, and he did shoot a little bit Imotech into Trajan's unit. Didn't take any wounds off him, but I did lose a lot of my stuff in the middle.
Terminator up there.
And I did lose my Terminator, so he's going to go on to the melee phase, charge phase. I don't know if he's going to charge. Well, he can't charge anything except for the Doomstalker there. He can charge Imotech to die if he wants, and then this is just the melee down here. So we're going to do that and figure out what happens.
Melee phase, he did kill my last Warden. Sad boy. So, I do still hold that objective. Turn 5, draw, we have Aerial Denial, and Behind Enemy Lines, and Defend Stronghold. So we'll get rid of Behind Enemy Lines. Aerial Denial is already pretty much done. I do get 12 on the primary. Turn 5 for Custodes, I did get Defend Stronghold and Aerial Denial, bringing me up to a total of 73 points. And then in Mike's turn 5, he did get Aerial Denial and Investigate Signal. So this guy, he moved back within 12 there to get that. And then he moved this fella here to try to get some shots onto my guard. But like pretty much the story of the games for these Doomstalkers, it's either been a big 6 on the shots or a 1. And he re-rolled the 1 into another 1. These guys were killed. We just didn't take them off the board. Just kind of get the board. And then he was able to pick up my Terminators too on his turn 5. So he would grab this objective. Final score with paint is 83 to 61. I do believe just some of the shots. Like some like these Doomstalkers didn't really start popping off till turn 3. Really, turn 1 and 2 they kind of didn't do a lot of damage. So I think that was kind of the story, because if he was able to get this Nightbringer down here when he was able to, if he blew up a bunch of stuff, especially there when I popped the 4 into Feel No Pain, he probably would have came down and collapsed the side a lot earlier. And Trajan, he didn't really do much. Useless old Trajan. So that's the game. Great game. Thanks for coming, Mike, and thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.